So, Ericka, you're not the American Coalition. You're not of the people. You're generally irritable. Are you in a bad mood today? Where are you? Tell everyone.
Funny enough, even though the podcast is called Generally Irritable, I am not irritable today. We are at AmFest 2023 AmericaFest, hosted
cool.
by Turning Point USA in Phoenix. Yeah, this is our second year here, and it is always a good time. 10,000 American patriots who all love our country, who love the Constitution. Most of the people here are God-fearing, God-loving people. It's just an amazing time. And tons of young people, Robert. So a lot of times when we're talking about politics, it can feel like the future is lost. But there's literally thousands of young people here all ready to take responsibility when our generations are ready to step down. So it's good. It's positive. Gives me hope.
And you know what? This is the season of hope. So that's a good and appropriate segue. And it must feel really good to be surrounded by people that are not necessarily like-minded, but people who have faith, who believe that America is a special place worth fighting for. But I'm sure there's also some acknowledgement of the state of affairs domestically, no?
Oh, yes, absolutely. So, and interestingly enough, especially considering your monologue, there's a very large Jewish presence here. There's a very, unlike on college campuses, this building is filled with people who support Israel, support Israel's right to be free and to be independent and to exist in the Middle East. So it does feel really good to be surrounded by so many like-minded people who can also have conversations and disagree respectfully and try to work towards the best possible solution for the country. So, it's amazing. It's not just political pundits and people who love the country. There's all kinds of people here who are making this country and making this world a better place. So whether it's, folks who help rescue people from trafficking, various churches, Red Balloon, which is a job posting board for conservatives. So if you don't want to work for a woke company and you don't want woke employees, there's a job board for that. So it's like all of these companies that are part of the parallel economy that you didn't know existed before. So it's mind-blowing. It's a little bit a sensory overload sometimes, but again, it just gives you hope. It gives you hope.
Yeah. You know what? It comes down to hope, and it also comes down to values. And as we embarking on really this formal Christmas season, right? I am struck by the juxtaposition, right? There you are surrounded by hope and faith and values, and yet there is now another sort of scandal coming out of the White House, right? I mean, let's look back at sort of the adults being in charge, right? I mean, in the past year, and the scandal I'm talking about is the White House Christmas video, which we're going to get to in a second.
Oh, scandal, not the other scandal that we shall not talk about?
Well, no, I'm not talking about Senator Cardin's aide, stooping another guy in the Senate, conference room, okay? That I'm not talking about, because, I mean, look, even though I would argue that is sort of a symptom of the moral decay, it's hard to lay that directly at the feet of the president. But the stuff you can lay at the feet of the president is, let's see, we had cocaine, right, in the White House. I guess it's a different kind of Christmas snow. Thank you very much. We had, what was that person's name when they were hanging the pride flags, and they had that transgender person,
the person who
showing
flashed
her breast.
Everybody.
Yeah. So that's on the White House lawn, and let's not forget that this is the government that had a drag queen in a Navy recruiting commercial or ad trying to recruit people into the Navy, and they can't understand why they aren't meeting their. Oh, you didn't see that? That was months ago.
I didn't. How did I not see that?
The Navy put out an ad with a drag queen trying to encourage people to enlist in the Navy because it's bi-friendly or DEI friendly or whatever that crap is they're talking about.
What do drag queens have to do with the Navy?
Not a damn thing.
Why do I ask dumb questions, Robert?
Yeah,
Sometimes I ask really dumb questions.
But this is, you're there, and again, it's the juxtaposition that I just sort of, I have this sort of, I just can't wrap my head around it, right? On the one hand, you're surrounded by patriots, people who care. There's differences of opinion, about gay, about military, about finances, about whatever it is, about, you're probably even going to have even in that crowd, pro-life or people who have a different position. The point is, you focus on what you agree on, not what you and what bonds you together, not what separates you. And yet you have this administration that is just lost. I mean, they're just so lost.